Hello everyone, we made this video with the theme of genetics. Humanity has from generations with continuous evolution and heredity and has conveyed their unique characteristics to their children through the process. We specifically saw the news, how genes determine what your baby will look like and compared it to real parents and children. Before we check it to real parents and their child, let's see a brief principle of genetics for your understanding. The principles of heredity explain the process by which organisms inherit genes from their parents and produce offspring. Some of the genes that the offspring inherit equally from both parents determine their phenotype, such as eye color, hair color, and height.
Gregor Mendel, the 19th century scientist, discovered the characteristics of these genes and the principles of inheritance. He observed that some peas were large, some were small, some had yellow and round seeds, while others had wrinkled and green seeds, which piqued his curiosity. The curiosity inspired him to experiment with garden peas in 1856. In one experiment he conducted, he crossed a tall pea plant with a short pea plant. He found that the offsprings of these two parents were all tall. In here, crossing is another way to say that he bred the two plants so they would produce offspring. Since Mendel knew that during reproduction, each parent plant would give one gene for height to its children, he determined that there must be dominant and recessive traits. Dominant traits are those that, when inherited, will cover over or be more powerful than another trait. Recessive traits are those that, when inherited, will be hidden by the dominant trait. In biology, letters are used to indicate whether a gene is dominant or recessive. Dominant genes are usually represented by uppercase letters, while recessive genes are represented by lowercase letters. When an organism has two dominant genes, the dominant trait is expressed, and when it has two recessive genes, the recessive trait is expressed. This condition, where both genes are the same, is called homozygous. On the other hand, when there is one dominant gene and one recessive gene, the dominant trait is expressed, and this condition, where the genes are different, is called heterozygous.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Mr. Greg.
Now we are going to ask Mr. Gregory to his blood type, hair color, and eye color, and also that of his wife and his son. Okay. Let's start.
Yeah.
First of all, what is your blood type?
It's A positive.
Then what is the blood type of your wife?
Hers is O.
Oh.
O positive. So,
Ah.
yeah.
Then your hair color is blonde, right?
Yes, it's like a sandy blonde. So, yes.
Then what is your wife's hair color?
Black.
Ah.
Darker.
And lastly, what is your eye color?
Brown.
Brown, and your wife is.
It's brown.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
And what's your son blood type?
A positive.
Okay, and what's your son hair color?
Brown.
Okay, and last, what's your son eye color?
Brown.
Okay, thank you.
First, let's see blood type inheritance. In blood type, the gene of A and B is dominant Gregory's and O blood is type is recessive. positive A, so his genes that express the blood type will be AA or AO. And his wife's blood type is positive O, so her genes will be OO. Therefore, his son's blood type is positive A, and the genes will be AO. Next is hair color. In the case of hair color, the gene of brown hair is dominant and blonde is recessive. If the gene for brown hair is large B and the gene for blonde is small b, Mr. Gregory's genes for hair color are small b, and his wife's genes for hair color will be large b or large b. Therefore, his son's genes for hair color will be large b, small b. Lastly, let's find genes for eye color. In the case of eye color, the gene of brown eye is dominant and blue is recessive. If the gene for brown hair is large E, the gene for blue eye is small e. Mr. Gregory's genes for eye color are large E or large E, small e. His wife's genes for eye color are the same as his. Therefore, his son's genes for eye color will be also large E or large E, small e.
Hi, visible traits such as eye and hair color, hair parting, and ear lobe shape can be compared between parents and children by the average person to confirm heredity. However, there are limitations in verifying the principles of heredity with such traits because both homozygous dominant and heterozygous dominant genes manifest the same traits. This because it's especially challenging when one needs to prove a biological relationship between oneself and one's child due to a special accident or event. To overcome this limitation, modern society has developed genetic testing. Genetic testing is conducted by clinical laboratory technicians who analyze blood tissue fluids in hospitals or diagnostic laboratories to perform and interpret genetic tests. In this video, we analyze the principles of genetics and real examples. Genetics has made a significant contribution to the formation of humanity and will continue to shape future generations. I hope you find this video informative.